Okay, guys, welcome. Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, type 3. 3 is my favorite number. Let me see those threes, guys. Can you guys hear me? Just doing a mic check here. Welcome to the live stream. Looks like we got, 30, 40 people here right now. So today we're going to be going over Apex. I know you guys are excited. This is a brand new program with RLT, and it's really cool, guys. If you don't know what a prop firm is, basically what a prop firm is you're trading other people's money. So I like to think of it as like, when you get into trading and you're first learning about trading, right? You have like paper accounts, right? Fake money. You're just learning how to press the buttons. It's a really great way to learn, but you don't want to stay in that for too long, because what starts to happen is you can start to build false confidence. It's kind of like if every day you go to the gym and you're just sparring and then suddenly you get thrown into, a real boxing match, like you're going to get your ass whooped. So I tell people, don't be in paper trading for too long, right? You want to progress into real trading as fast as possible, but there's sort of an in between, and I consider that prop trading. So prop trading is basically you are going to go to, in this case, Apex Trader Funding, and I'm just going to pull this up for you guys on the screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Apex Trader Funding, this is who we're partnered with. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to pay a small tryout fee. Now, if you use our code REAL, you're going to get a major discount, like 70 to 80% off, which is awesome. So anyways, guys, what I think you need to do is you need to try this out. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat here. I see a lot of people. A lot of people tuning in here. So let's see here. If we come down to their offerings, you will see you can select a Tradovate plan. Now, I think the best thing to do here is really start small. Start small. Don't do anything crazy, guys. Okay, just sign up for the 25K account. The profit target here is 1,500, and the trailing drawdown is 1,500. So it's really like a 1-to-1, which is awesome. And I'm going to show you guys how that all works here shortly. But basically what you're doing is you're trading other people's money. So you're going to pay a very small fee. In this case, $167 a month. But remember, with our code, you're going to get like 70 to 80% off. So really great deal. You're going to sign up for this. And basically you got to grow the account like $1,500 without ever having a $1,500 drawdown from your high watermark. Now let me explain what that means. Your high watermark is the tippy top that your account has grown at any given time. Now that can be intraday. So if you're in a trade and you go up $750 in a trade, in this case, $25,750, if your account was even there for a second, that is now your high watermark. So you can't draw down $1,500 from that. So just keep that in mind, because a lot of people get confused on this. They're like, oh, I was up $1,000 in a trade, and then I had a drawdown, and my account went to 24,000. Let's see here, 24,900 or 24,500, and I got blown up. What the hell? I got kicked out. Well, it's based on your high watermark, so just keep that in mind, guys. Okay. So anyways, you can start with the 25, you can start with the 50. Personally, I like the 25, and we're just going to hop over here and I'm going to show you guys how this works. So in Tradovate, you can connect your account. So in this case, I'm just going to make this bigger. You can see I have this real Apex account that I passed actually, and now it's no longer an evaluation, right? Like I said, you pay a certain price to take a test. If you pass that test, then they give you a real account to trade with. Guys, this is so cool. Once you have this real account, if you continue to follow their rules and you grow to a certain amount, you can withdraw your money. This is so cool. You can trade other people's money and withdraw gains. Actually, I just passed that threshold and I'm getting a payout, I think at the end of the month here. There's certain days you can apply for a cash out. I believe it's the 1st through the 5th, and also the 20th through the 25th, you can request. And as long as your account balance is at a certain amount and you follow the rules, they will pay you out. So I have like a $1,500 payout coming at the end of the month. Super cool. That's right, Jeremy. Oh, we got Jeremy in here. Oh boy. Yes, you can connect directly to TradingView. So you'll see right here, you can actually connect your Tradevate account. So what's cool about that is then you can place orders inside here, guys. Oh, can't trade that. We got to make sure we're trading futures. By the way, Tradevate and Apex, this is futures only. All right, so keep that in mind. So we're just going to clear this off so I can show you guys how this works. We're going to jump into a 3-minute time frame here. One of our favorites over at RLT. And I can just show you, you can press trade, and then you have your order window comes up. You can do everything, market in, limit in, stop limit. Super cool, guys, okay? I love trading inside TradingView because you can set alerts on your trend lines. You can have all your indicators up. It's nice and pretty. And you can just kind of go from there and trade inside of here. Now, oh, would you look at that? The market is open today with futures. Stock market's closed, but I think we get a half day with futures today. So I might just show you guys real quick how cool this is. So real Apex account, right? Now, do I suggest trading on a day like today? Probably not. Volume's going to be super low. Today's Juneteenth, so probably not going to get the best volume. But if I wanted to open a trade, I'm just going to show you guys how this works. I'm just going to go ahead and mark it into one MES, and you can see now I'm in that trade. I'm in that trade. This is a real trade. I just took a micro because, you know, I don't want to do anything rash here. But yeah, you can be in a trade. You can see your P&L right there, which is super cool. And you can, you know, in this case, I would set my stop. So I could set up a buy stop right there. And then target, I don't know. Let's just pretend for a second that we want to actually do this. Set up your trade like you normally would, right? Figure out where your 1.2 or your 1.3. I like going for 1.3. My favorite number is 3. So that's what I kind of like to do. And there's my target. So simple as that, guys. Let me get a little water here. And while I'm at it, I just want to show off a little bit here. Check this out. We not only have one camera, we got 2 cameras. What do you think about that, huh? Pretty neato. Neato. Who says that? That's a weird word. Never let me say that again on a live. But going back in here into the example. So yeah, you can see you can just trade live right in here. I personally love this. If you just want to get rid of an order, you know, you can just get rid of it like that, or you can move it as simple as this, right? Moving your stop up, super easy. Moving your target, very easy. And then, like I said, if you want to get out of the trade, you can simply just press that X and you can close the position. So I like doing this a lot more than fiddling with like MetaTrader or, you know, all these other platforms that people use. It's just so much better, right? It's just so much better, so much easier. And actually, you can even connect this on your phone. You can trade on your phone, which I personally love. I think it's awesome. Let me just go over down here into the chat real quick and see who we got. We got Jeremy. Guys, Jeremy's the GOAT. Let's just give it up for Jeremy. This is Jeremy's company, guys. Real Life Trading. None of this would exist without him. So gotta give it up for Jeremy. I'm gonna try to figure out a way tomorrow to dial people in. So we are gonna be trading live. Maybe Jeremy will join us. I'm not really sure. He just had a baby, so he's doing the family thing a lot right now. He's out in Laguna Beach living his best life. But yeah, Jeremy, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for everything you do. Let's see here. Any questions so far, guys? Let's hop back over to Apex. I just want to go over these plans again. Now, don't be signing up for this Rhythmic plan. You can if you want, but personally, I don't really like that platform because it does not connect to TradingView. The whole point here is to connect to TradingView so that this becomes easier. Tradeovate's the way you want to go. You're going to get live data included. You're going to get that connectivity to TradingView for free. You can see down here, you get the real-time data included. It's all included. And what's cool here too is you get this NinjaTrader license. And for those of you that are nerds and want to connect like 20 accounts, you can do that. So you can actually sign up, I think it's 20 of these, 20 per household, and you can connect them all. So you can have like 10, 25K accounts, connect them all, and then you take a trade in one, it takes them across all of them. And you set that up using NinjaTrader. So pretty darn cool. Yep. Pretty darn cool. Let's see here. Jeremy. I only look down at this chat a little bit, but yes, no one says Nito. No one says Nito. It's hilarious. Let's see here. Yeah, I was really slow this morning. I took an NQ short. Yeah, I mean, today is just going to be dead, guys. The stock market's closed. Tomorrow should be wild, though. I've heard that there's a quad witching going on tomorrow. So expect volatility into the close for sure. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be back on here around noon Eastern, same time, 11 Central if you're in this time zone, and 9 a.m. Pacific. So anyways, questions so far. I just want to go over this one more time. So the 25K account is what I recommend for people starting out. It's like $20 after the discount. It's like a no-brainer. Now, you might be asking, what does it look like once I sign up? Well, here is your portal, okay? This is what it looks like once you get in. Okay, so you got your username and pass. Oh, probably shouldn't be showing my password to you guys. You got your username and pass right there, and then you've got all this going on over here. So you get your dashboard. You can become an affiliate. I wouldn't worry about that. You got your payout method. Okay, that's how you select how you want to get paid out. You got your payout requests over here. All right, so as simple as this. Look, I can select an account and I can select a payout. So as long, you can see here what I talked about earlier. You can request between the 1st and the 5th, or the 15th and the 20th. So tomorrow I can actually, I need to request by tomorrow. Excuse me. So tomorrow I will request. Now, one of the things you got to be cognizant of is you need to have a minimum of 10 trading days, okay, to request a payout. So you can see I'm on day 10 right now. Let's just hop back over and look at this trade. Really no volume going on at all. But on the 10th day, in a 25K account, if you're over 26,600, I believe, which I am, barely over by $90, I can request a payout, which is really, really cool. Okay. You can also look at your eval charts. I don't have any evaluations open right now. I'm just in a real PA account. But one thing to keep in mind is you're going to pay the $20, okay? And then you're going to try out. And like I said, you got to grow the account $1,500 without ever having a $1,500 drawdown from your high water mark. And then if you pass, you're going to get two options. You can either continue to pay, I think it's like $100 a month for the PA account, or you can pay a lifetime fee, which is a one-time $150. Kind of up to you. If you think you're going to be doing this for a while, go with the lifetime. If this is something you're just trying out and you just kind of like want to grow it and get a payout and get out, maybe do the monthly. That's totally up to you. Yes, I am drinking a Bang energy drink, guys. Okay. I'm not sponsored by Bang, but I probably should be. That's probably why I'm talking really fast too. Y'all make me nervous. I'm just kidding. Let's see here. What type of trading view account do you need to have to connect through Tradevate? Any you want. So what's cool is when you get this account through Apex, through Tradevate, it's going to send the live data to your trading view. So actually you can just sign up for a free trading view account and you're going to get that live futures data from CME passing through Apex, through Tradevate. So guys, just free trading view account. Super easy. Hey, yeah, actually Jeremy has a drink company, guys. So maybe I'll just get sponsored by that. You know, Jeremy, send it out, bro. Okay. So anyways, guys, you can see what I did here. Grew the account, kind of had a drawdown, and then had a couple of really good days. Just been kind of chilling. Now, keep in mind, I have to see when I request this payout, but one thing that Apex has some pretty specific rules on what you can do and what you cannot do, okay? One of the things they don't want to see you doing is flipping from full-size mini contracts to micros. Now, what is the difference between a micro and a mini? For those of you that don't trade futures, we're going to get into that right now. So you can see the S&P 500 ES. This is the full-size contract. It moves $50 a point. Now, if you wanted to trade micros, it's the same thing, just 10 times less. And that's what we're in right now, if you're curious, okay? Right now I'm in a micro contract. That's why like this P&L is like barely moving, all right? If I got into a full-size mini, it'd be moving a lot more. One thing that Apex doesn't want to see you do is be trading, you know, minis all the time and then like just trade micros for a few days just to get a payout. So I have to see if I'm actually going to get approved. They may tell me, hey dude, you need to keep trading a little more. We want to see consistency. They do have a consistency rule. Okay. They also want to see you taking directional plays. So the 10 EMA works great for this. One thing they don't want to see you do is like these giant pyramids where like you buy a contract and then you average down, you average it down, you average down while you're in the red. They don't want to see that. They want to see like one ad max. If you start just doing like pyramids and Hail Marrying, they're going to see that. They have software that can see that. So they want to be working with legit traders. Now, in the evaluation, you can do whatever the hell you want. Okay. Literally, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, I would stick to the 10 EMA. And if you're gonna do a strategy where you average down, then just do like one average down. Okay. And I'm gonna show you a couple strategies here in a second. But if you guys come into their frequently asked questions and you come to their, let's see here, consistency rule, they got a whole thing on it. Okay. They've got what they want to see, what they don't want to see. And if you actually look up DCA, right, this is one of the things they don't want to see. Dollar cost averaging, guys. They don't want to see you, like I said, putting a trade on and averaging down a bunch of times, right? They don't want to see that. Now, you can add if you're in the green, right? Let's say you're in a 10 EMA play and it's going in your direction and you want to add because you know you're seeing consolidation and another 10 EMA is setting up within your 10 EMA play. You can totally do that. But just keep in mind what's acceptable, okay? Keep that in mind. And it's all listed out here. So I would read these rules. There's not a lot of them, but I would keep this in mind, okay? Here's another one. They don't want to see you abusing max contracts, right? So they don't want to see you opening 10 on ES and 10 on YM, right? Like, so just be smart. Trade how you normally would. Trade like it's a real account. And yeah, here's another one, 30% consistency rule. So they don't want to see you making more than 30% of all your gains on one day. So let's say you're trying to get a $1,500 payout. They don't want to see you making 20 bucks on day 1 and 2, and then on the third day you make 1,400. Okay. They want to see every day you're making 400 or 500 bucks, right? You're consistent with your gains. Max flipping, any kind of flipping may not make more than 20% of a trader's trading days. So that's kind of a weird rule, but just keep in mind your flips. All right. News trading. They don't want to see you going crazy during like, you know, a Fed announcement or, you know, when Powell gets on the mic. What's interesting is, yeah, algos. They don't want to see that either. Code of conduct. Don't be like, you know, emailing them, cussing them out or anything, but just watch all these things, watch all these videos and just get familiarized. It's not that many rules, guys. Just, I mean, it looks like a lot of text, but it's not. Just take a look and know, right? Know what you're doing. Run stops, be smart. All right, let's see here. Yes. Okay. ETH and Bitcoin futures. You can trade these. All right. So if you guys are unfamiliar, you can actually trade the micros on Ethereum. All right. Now, keep in mind, one thing that's tough with this is I've actually tried this. Based on how big your account is. So, for example, let me come up here. So like if you're in a 25K account, you can only open 40 micros. That's not going to get you very far with Ethereum. Like I think you're going to need to open a lot of micro because it's not 1/10 micros on Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's like 1/500th. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you guys can trade all sorts of stuff. Let's come back down here. I mean, we're talking obviously the big equities, agriculture, energy. A lot of people like to trade oil, metals. Where are my platinum traders out here? Come on. Metals, palladium. Palladium is wild, by the way. I don't know if you guys have like looked at that chart. It's just like so bearish. Cryptocurrencies. But yeah, see this point value 10 cents. You're going to have to open a lot of these. I just don't know if it's really going to be worth the squeeze at the end of the day. But yeah, all sorts of things you can trade, guys. Let's see how our trade is doing over here. Our slow ass trade. It's at break even. It's hilarious. Okay, well, whatever. Any other questions so far? Let me see here. Can you take partials? Yep, you can take partials. In fact, I encourage you to take partials, guys. Okay. you need to take partials because if you don't, you can really get slammed with that trailing drawdown thing. So I like to tell people trim and trail. Okay. Trim and trail on this stuff. It's probably the best way to go. Move your stops up, be cognizant of your stops. We can take a look real quick at some examples. I'm just going to go ahead and close this because I don't know, the market's not really doing anything today. But let's take a look at yesterday and kind of what took place yesterday at market open. And we can kind of get a feel for, for what you could have done yesterday. So yesterday, market opened. I'm just going to draw a line right where it opened just to keep it easy. Market opened right there. Let's go ahead and make this white. Visibility. I don't know why my line is so like, there we go. All right, cool. So yesterday, I mean, guys, everyone's different, right? So what I like to do is I don't like to trade the first hour, straight up. I just do terrible in the first hour. Some people are amazing at it. Jeremy like absolutely crushes the first hour. I just don't. So I would wait till 10:30, which is right here. I'm just going to clone this. And that's probably where I would start looking for a play. Now, you had a 10 EMA here. You had a 10 EMA here that didn't trigger. And you got a 10 EMA here. But like I said, I don't play the first hour, guys. It's just not how I roll. So I would have gotten in maybe on a retest here of this 10 EMA. That would have been cool. So I may have gotten in long here. Stop low of day. And when we came down and touched it, you probably got filled. And then target, 1.2. That would have been a really good play to get into. Or if you truly wanted to wait, you could have waited for the next 10 EMA, which would have been right here. And your stop would have been below this. And that would have been an easy 1.2 right there. Okay. So lots of different options. Ooh, Jeremy, when does my futures class come out? That is going to be coming out here in the next month or so. I've already shot the first 3 to 4 episodes, and those are going to be dropping on YouTube for free. Pretty cool. You get to see me trade live in it. You actually get to see me pass an account in it. I trade ES, NQ, Platinum. But we're going to be doing a lot more of these lives, guys. So tune in, and we're going to be doing these like a lot more. I think I'm going to be doing this probably 1 or 2 times a week just because I want to get you guys excited about Apex. It's been really, really cool opportunity for me. I know it can be a really great opportunity for you. But look at all these 10 EMA plays, okay? You had another one. I mean, this is another one, right? This isn't the first 10 EMA to set up, but you had a nice long consolidation. You could have probably put your stop there, and that would have been another 1.2. Now, I know this was a pretty bullish day, right? This would have worked over and over and over again. But, yeah, let's go back to the day before this. Okay, so here was Friday of last week. So same thing. I wouldn't have traded for the first hour. Trading would have started for me right around here. What I like to do, guys, and this is everyone's different. I like to throw this on. So this pink line is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. Okay. And, I've been trading for a while, and what I've found is if you're going to day trade, I'm more of a swing trader, but if you're going to day trade, you've got to know what the trend is. Don't fight the trend. I mean, right now it is undeniable. We are so bullish, almost too bullish. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen QQQ, the RSI on the daily is like over 80. So I think we have a sharp pullback coming. Just no one knows when. But I'm just going based off of what happened in 2020, that election year. Oh boy. Like, we had some sharp pullbacks a couple times in that year. So I'm expecting that to happen at some point here. But if I was trading this day, wait till 10:30. Now we're above this pink line, so I'm not going to be looking for a short. I'm just not. Okay, guys. So wouldn't have taken any of these 10 EMAs here. This one's set up. I may have taken this, but honestly, it would have been tough for me because like we haven't cleared that level yet. We came up. There's a lot of chop. But let's just say, for example, I did want to take this. So let's say I got in there and I set my stop nice and low below the pink line. Okay. I think this would have worked out. You probably would have gotten trailed out, but let's just see. So would have gotten in, 7 candles goes by. We're here now. I probably would have moved my stop up to there. Maybe a little higher. It would have come down. You almost would have gotten stopped out. Price would have come up again. Now you're locked there. Comes down again, comes up. Stop would have definitely gotten moved up into there. We come up. Now we're in profit. This is a pretty long trade. If I go green, then red, then green again, and then red again, it's like I'm not letting this come back down. So once we come up into here, I probably would have moved my stop up into the green. And I probably would have gotten trailed somewhere around here for, I don't know, 0.3. But guys, if you're using $1,000 R, that's $300. That's $300. That's still a good play. It's still a good play. Another strategy I do, and this isn't really taught in our circles, but this is just something I kind of do, is I throw on the 20, the 10, the 50, and VWAP. Now, how does this work? Okay, well, what I want to see is a strong breakout, and then I will buy off the 50. So 1030 rolls around. Okay, I'm looking. We're above that pink line. Remember the 1 hour? Sorry, the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. We come up. We do break the high right here, and we come down. So I would have actually bought one contract off the 50 EMA, stop below low of day, and target is 1.2. So that's another one I do. You got all these things converging right here. VWAP, 50, 20, 10. So this would have been a great play. It actually works again here, right? We get another new high. I would have bought up the 50 EMA again. Stop would have been there. Another 1.2. This would have worked. Later in the day, we come down, we touch the 50 again, stop below this previous low, and VWAP, it runs again 1.2. So don't fight the trend. Don't fight the trend, guys. That's another strategy I do. Wendy, what's the pink line? Okay, once again, so the pink line is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour, okay? And actually, I'm just going to back out to the 1 hour so you can see this a little better. 1 second. So you can see that pink line, okay? And I'm going to turn these off because that's the 20 and the 10 on the daily. That pink line is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour, okay? And that's just what I use, guys. That's how I determine trend, okay? If we're below the pink line, I am only looking for shorts. That's it. That is it. There's no questions asked. I am not looking for anything else. If you're, guys, just for a second, I just want to talk to everyone here. If you're trading futures or stocks or whatever, and you are not following a set of rules, and when I say rules, I mean write them down. Write them down, read them every morning before you even get into the market. Literally read them out loud to yourself and say, I'm not breaking these rules today. One of my rules is if we are above the 50 EMA on the 1 hour, I am not taking a short. I do not care how good it looks. I do not care. I'm not doing it. Now, if middle of the day, if price drops below the 50 EMA and like closes strong under it, I may consider a short, right? Because maybe we're getting a change of trend. But if the market opens above the 50 EMA on the 1 hour and it's staying above it all day and it's wicking it, but still staying above it, I'm just not looking for a short. I'm just not, because that just means the bulls in general over the last 51 hour candles are in control. So just keep that in mind. Let's jump back over to this one. I know, guys, look at all these cameras. Look at all these cameras. I did go to film school. I did study broadcasts and TV and journalism and all that. So I have that to thank. But let's go back to the monitor here. So yeah, guys, I always throw RSI up here too. RSI on smaller time frames isn't really like a thing, but on the 1 hour, I don't know, kind of is a thing. Like, everyone will argue like what is and what isn't a thing, but I personally think the RSI, even on the 15-minute, is pretty good. But the higher time frames you get, I think it holds more weight. So anyways, things to consider. Let's just go back into the 3-minute here and look at last Thursday. So we're going through what would have been trades here. So that's Friday, And then this is Thursday. Okay, so Thursday we had this huge gap up. I think we had news in the pre-market. I'm not really sure what it was, but big gap up. Market opens here at 9:30. Like I said, I don't trade till 10:30. So I wouldn't have been looking for a trade until this time right here. Okay. Now, let's see what happens. This was Fed day, I'm pretty sure. So another day I probably wouldn't trade, but I wouldn't have traded any of this. Why? Well, we're above that pink line. I'm just not going to do it, guys. And then the first 10 EMA that presents itself, I mean, I guess you could have taken these over here, right? We have a couple 10 EMAs that presented themselves, but you would have gotten smoked. I just don't like to trade before the Fed goes on, guys. I think right around here, 1 o'clock, I wouldn't have taken this because the Fed went on at 1 and this was all just like craziness. So Thursday would have been a no trade day for me. And also, you can't even do this on Apex. Like, they'll let you do it, but I wouldn't waste your time because they're gonna say no trading during news. Okay, this is a juicy one. Okay, so market open at 9:30. You could have taken this 10 EMA, but guess what? I don't trade the first hour, so I wouldn't have taken that. Then 10:30 rolls around. We got some 10 EMAs long, but guess what? I can't go long because we're below the pink line. We come up, we come down. This would have been my first 10 EMA right here. Okay, would have gotten triggered in. Stop. Now, it's up to you how tight you want to get your stop. You would have gotten screwed here if you're too tight. But for me, I always like to do about a 10 point, minimum 8. 8-point stop, 8 to 10. So if I'd have done an 8 point, I would have been okay here. Barely. Okay. But price comes up, almost stops me out, comes down. My stop would have gotten moved to like right there. And when price came down here into the green, I probably would have moved it to here, right? Right above that pink line. Comes down further. Once we get to here, I'm probably moving my stop to here, 0.2. And then we come up and I get stopped out. Small loss for 0.2. No big deal, right? We still got plenty of the day to trade. Price comes up. And now we're back above the pink line. Kind of a lot of chop here. I mean, really, you want to see it break strong above that. And then that's what happened right here. Hammer off the pink line. This is the trade I'm taking, guys, for sure. Right there. Stop here. 1.2. I lost 0.2 earlier. I made 1.2 later in the day. That's a 1R net win. Sexy. Okay. Oh my gosh, we got Tori Trades in the building. Let's go. What up, Tori? Guys, if you don't follow Tori, you absolutely need to. She is a boss. She's the queen of the trend lines. She trades platinum. Big futures girl. Thanks for joining, Tori. All right, let's keep going back. Let's go back to Monday. Okay. So market opens at 9:30, right? We don't trade the first hour. You can trade the first hour. I just don't. There's just too much going on, guys. Okay. So we come up, 10:30 rolls around. We're right here. We're below the pink line. What does that mean? Once again, guys, the pink line is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. I'm just not going to do it. Okay. I'm just not going to do it. So we come up. Once we get over the pink line, this is tempting now, right? We've cleared this high back here. Okay. We've cleared this high back here. But there's been a lot of 10 EMA setups. So depending on what time frame you're on, if you're on the 5 minute, oh shoot, I lost my spot there. Okay, let me zoom in. If you're on the 5 minute, I guess you might be able to justify that, but I probably wouldn't mess with it, guys. The whole premise of the 10 EMA is to get long above the first bear candle above the 10 EMA, not like the fifth. So this day, I probably would have chilled out, honestly, but some of you would have said, oh, with the close over this and a close over the pink line, I'm going to get long. So just to, I guess, entertain you guys, I will set up a 10 EMA here. So multiple bear candles closing over the 10, right? Nice strong close above this previous high. Stop can go, I don't know, down here or down here. You're going to target 1.2. Perfect. That would have been another R for you. Later in the day, we get some bearish 10 EMA setups. But, I personally I just personally wouldn't do it because we're above the pink line, right? So you had another nice one over here. This one you would have gotten smoked on probably. But yeah, let's keep going back. Okay, let's look at this day. 8:30 news comes out. Market opens 9:30. I'm not trading until 10:30. Now at 10:30, we get this huge run up. You've kind of missed the boat with all these 10 EMAs. Like I said, you really want to take the first 10 EMA. Then we get this sharp move down. This is the first area I probably would have looked for a 10 EMA. So first bear candle closing over the 10. You had a nice reset there. I would have probably set up a 10 EMA there, stop there, target 1.2. This works. This works, guys. I'm telling you, this works. Any more questions right now? Which assets do you most commonly trade? I'm a big ES guy. I'm a big NQ guy. I'll mess around with platinum a little bit, but for the most part, like oil and me just don't get along. Like we just don't. Like every time I trade oil, it's just like goes in the opposite direction. So I don't really mess around with oil. Some of you do. Some of you crazies out there do. But I'm good. I'm good on oil. Let's see here. What are your rules for when you get chopped up and the day is not trending? If I take 2 losses in a row on a day, I just walk away. I just walk away because here's the thing, guys. Even if they're small losses, I'll just walk because for me, if I'm in front of the computer for too long, I'll start to just get like OCD. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this like impulse to trade. The whole point is to be like not in front of the computer that much, right? We all want time freedom. If you're in front of the computer all the time, then just go get a 9 to 5. Like, you know what I mean? just go do that. It's almost better. Do you stay on the 4 hour for platinum? Good question. I tend to, just because that's like, you know, like I mentioned, me and Tori, good friends. She trades on the 4 hour, so I like to follow her and do a lot of trades on the 4 hour. But I'll trade platinum on a 3 minute or a 5 minute, only if, big if, okay? Big ol' if. Let's come over here. Daily, okay? Moving averages. When I'm looking for a day trade in general, I'm always way more excited to take it off of a big moving average on the daily or the 4 hour. Daily is like the best. So for example, back here on this day, well, actually multiple days, you can see how platinum reacted off of the 100 daily. So if we come in here and we looked at this, you know, let's look back here when it first got near it, right? So this was on Wednesday. Like I said, 10:30. Yeah, you could, you know, probably have taken a 10 EMA long here. Looking for longs. Because it bounced off this. I understand, like, if I pull up that pink line for a second, I understand. Well, actually, look at that. It was above the pink line, too. You could have traded it there. When we came down here and touched it, the 100. Now, you're going against the pink line here. I understand that. But the 100 is a more powerful moving average on the daily, right? This is on a 1 hour. This is on a daily. So that would give me kind of an exception here of why I would get long. Back here, we came and touched it again. This would have been a sweet 10 EMA. Another 10 EMA here. So I'm looking, you know, double bottom, touch, go. Touched it here. That would have been a nice 10 EMA long. So opportunities to trade. If you're wondering what these lines are, these are some other ones I run. This is the 10 EMA on the daily, and this is the 20 EMA on the daily. So you can also take trades off this. You tap that, double top, you know, 10 EMA short down. Let's see here. You know, this is legit live when 2 amazing traders are on the chat. Oh, well, thank you, Wendy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're going to try to get some guests on tomorrow or next week. Maybe I can get Jeremy to jump on here. Or maybe I can even convince Tori. We'll see. Yeah, guys. So let's see. What else should we look at? Let's look at NQ. Because this thing is just ripping. Okay. Ripping, ripping, ripping. All right, let's go way back. Let's go back to like here, as far as the data will let me. Okay. So on this day, market opened. I don't trade for the first hour. 10:30 rolls around. We're above that pink line. Okay, 10:30 rolls around. This is your first 10 EMA. And look at that, right around it. Oh my gosh. That's up to you guys. I mean, you could have set up a long right there based off that, and then you would have gotten in on the retest. I know that's at 10:21, so technically you're breaking your rules there. Be careful about that. Be careful breaking your rules, but that would have been a 10 EMA that worked. Otherwise, you could have taken the next 10 EMA here. I wouldn't go more than like 2 10 EMAs out, if that makes sense. Like if I get 2 bear candles above the 10, max is like 2. Like I wouldn't start taking 10 EMAs like on the 3rd or 4th above the 10 EMA. So that's acceptable. That's acceptable. You could have done that. Okay. No shorts for me because we're above the pink line. Let's see the next day here. Price comes down. Don't trade the first hour. 10:30 rolls around. This is just gorgeous right here. Get long above all those bear candles. Stop. You could have done the low of day. You would have gotten trailed out here. Probably for a small win or break even. Let's see this day. Okay. Below the pink line. Come up. I don't trade the first hour. All right. We get a 10 EMA here. Okay. So I would have gotten in short there. Stop above the high. This one, let's see. You probably would have gotten stopped out on this. But if you tried again later in the day, like I said, 2 losses, right? Not 1. You could have tried here, and that probably would have worked out in your favor. You probably would have gotten a win there. Or been trailed out for super small. If you were trading later in the day, you for sure won. Okay, here, 10:30 rolls around. Yeah, this is a good one right here. Bang. Stop there. Target, 1.2. That would have been a win. So don't get discouraged, guys. If you have a couple losses, right? If I take like a 0.7, a 0.5 R loss right on one day, like the very next day I won 1.2. I'm back to break even. Just stay in the game, right? Stay in the game. Later in the day, it comes up. Test that 10 EMA again. We're still below that that pink line. You could have taken this down. That would have been a win. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I don't know how many of you trade pre-market, but look at that. Tap and drop. So in this case, I would have waited till 10:30. 10:30 is all the way down here. So you kind of missed the move on that one. But, you know, you guys don't have to wait an hour. Oh, this was that crazy day when it did that V. That was a wild day. I remember that. Here's another day. 10:30 rolls around. Can't short it because I'm above the pink line. Then we come up, S curve. I would have shorted it here for sure. Bang. Stop there. 1.2. Easy win. Easy win on that one. Volume profile. How do you trade with it? I don't use volume profile, guys, unfortunately. I just use volume. I have RSI up, but like I said, I rarely use it on these lower time frames. And then I just use these bigger moving averages. The 10, the 20 on the daily, the 50 EMA on the 1 hour, and then, of course, the 100 and the 200 on the daily. Okay. Let's see how many people are on this stream right now. 56. Nice. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you for tuning in. So let's go back to Apex for 1 second. I just want to make sure you guys, these are really great videos too, by the way. If you have questions, watch these videos. These really explain how the rules work with the trailing drawdown. What's your year win percentage using the 10 EMA setup? It's a good question. I don't really day trade a lot. I do more swing trading, but in swing trading, very high, definitely over 50%. And if you're trailing your stops up, you know that's going to be profitable. I'd say I win when it's bouncing off of like the 100 or the 200 day, and then I take a 10 EMA setup. It's like at least a 75% win rate, like literally. You need a catalyst, guys. You need confluence. Let's see here. I'm going to come back up here. Chapman University taught you well. Marine Nick. What's up, bro? Man, I got all my friends in here right now. This is awesome. Who else? Who else is on this live? Okay, I haven't even checked my phone. I love it. So cool, guys. All right. Well, like I said, if you guys want to take this for a spin, I would encourage you to sign up right now. If you sign up right now, you could be ready to go tomorrow when we live trade. I would recommend this 25K account. 50 is cool too. 50 is cool too. Now keep in mind, right? 1-to-1. This isn't quite 1-to-1. As you get up into the bigger ones, it's not 1-to-1. Like if you do a 250K account, look at the trailing threshold 6,500, but the target is 15,000. That's like over a 2-to-1. Okay. 300K, and the fees go up significantly, guys. So this is another interesting one. This is the static plan. If you just don't want to worry about that trailing drawdown at all, you can just sign up and your total drawdown just stays at 625. So 625 under 100K. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, does the trailing drawdown ever go away? Yes, it does. So once you pass this profit goal of 1,500, the trailing drawdown just locks at your starting balance. So it locks at 25K. It doesn't move ever again. Now, if you take a withdrawal, right, you come back near it, it's going to be back in play. But yeah, like if you grow a 25K account to 30K, you're good. You basically have a $5,000 trailing drawdown at that point. Well, it's not even trailing. It's just a drawdown, right? Because you're locked at 25K. Let's see here. Other questions. Can you talk about your other rules? Sure. I basically just have like 3 rules, guys. Okay. I keep it really simple. Rule number 1, if I'm day trading, is that pink line. If I'm above it, which by the way, the pink line, once again, is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. If I'm above it, I'm looking for longs. If I'm below it, I'm looking for shorts, period. Rule number 2, I don't trade the first hour. Ever. I just don't. If you guys really start to journal your trades, like if you use something like TradeZella or whatever, some kind of trading journal, and you start to go, okay, like I'm always losing in the first hour, or like my win rate's like 30% in the first hour. Just don't trade the first hour. Just don't. Stop trying to force it. Stop trying to make the market do what you want it to do. It's going to do what it wants to do. You cannot control it. Those are my 2. And then my third one, you guys probably aren't going to want to hear this. You ready for it? I am not allowed to trade for 48 hours after I have my last alcohol drink. Now, I'm not even drinking this year. I decided to take 2024 and be completely sober. And I'll tell you, my trading has gotten so much better because of it. Now, I'm not saying all you guys have to do that, but what I find is if I drink and the next day I come in and I've got anxiety and I'm a little cloudy, a little hungover, I'm just not going to see the charts in the same way. And some of you might be like, oh, well, I only had 1 glass of wine on Sunday night. I'm good to trade on Monday morning. Sure. Maybe that's your brain chemistry. I know me. Even 1 drink can throw me off the next day. So I have to wait 48 full hours before I can trade after I have anything to drink, even if it's just a sip. That's just a rule I have. I challenge you guys, take like 2 or 3 months off drinking and see how your trading does. I bet you it'll improve. And it's also just about like motivation. Like on Sunday night, like I do all my analysis for the next week. Oh my gosh, because I'm sober, I can just like really dial in on the charts. I can really see things a lot better. And then Monday morning when I wake up and like the setups are happening, there's no hesitation. I'm just like, boop, do it. Speaking of substances, like be careful with coffee and energy drinks too. If you do a little bit too much of those, you could get jittery and kind of like have anxiety while you trade. You don't want to have anxiety while you trade, guys. You want to just be like, here's my size, here's my plan, here's my entry, boop, whatever. You know what I mean? You should be able to walk away from the trade literally for like 20 minutes. Go take a shower, you got your stop on and not be checking it over and over and over. If you're checking your trade over and over and over, something's wrong upstairs. I hate to say that, but it's true. Like you should be able to just that's why I like to swing trade, because I can just kind of forget about it. But if I'm in a day trade, I'm going to make sure I'm in a size that I'm comfortable with and that I can literally walk away for 20 minutes, put my phone down and go do whatever I need to do. If I'm like checking, I'm probably either A, like addicted to the whole process, which is not good, or I'm just like sized up way too heavy. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Sure. Can you cover the contracts and how that relates to the units in the order entry field? Sure, no problem. So, for example, on NQ, let's just come up to the current day. Once again, volume's really low today, guys, because it's a holiday today. But let's say I wanted to take this short, right? So let's say I wanted to do like an 18-point stop. That would be reasonable on NQ. Target 1.2. Now 18 points. Okay, I'm gonna pull up my calculator here. NQ. Let's see what it is. NQ right here, $20 a point. So, quick math. What's 18 times 20? So for one contract, you'd be risking $360 on this play. Okay. Now, if I had two contracts, well, 20 times 2 times 18, right? Now you're risking 720. Now, I know those are pretty big jumps, so some of you may want to trade the MNQ, which is the micros. So if you come down here to micros, you can trade the MNQ, which is only $2 a point. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Calvin, what time frame do you primarily trade? I trade Callie Williams. Let's go. Do I know you? Are we related? I normally trade the 3-minute if I'm day trading. 3-minute, 5-minute, sometimes a 2-minute, but mostly the 3-minute. That's just what I learned on. It's a good balance between 2 and 5, I find. Also, 3 is my favorite number. So that's usually what I trade on. Do you guys like this little like party disco light I got going on in the background? Do you? Oh my gosh, I just did a thumbs up and it did that. That was weird. Let me just show you guys something cool for a second, okay? Check this out. Whoa. Oh yeah, I got lighting controls on my phone. Oh yeah, it's a thing. I can turn the music up too for you guys if you want to party. Okay. Enough goofing around. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little party I just threw. Yeah, so that is how you calculate that. ES is going to be a little different. If you come over here to ES, that's $50 a point, right? So NQ's 20, ES is 50. The micro is going to be 10 times less. That's $5 a point. Everything's a little different, okay? The Russell's going to be 50. I don't see YM on here, but we should have that. Huh. The Dow. Oh, here it is. YM. That's $5 for a full size. So then micros would be 50 cents. Okay. So just refer to this table when you're doing things. Okay. If you want to do energy, oil, point value, $1,000 per point. Okay. Yeah. Where's the bass drop? My real name is Calvi. That's cool. Any other questions? Can you cover contracts? I did that. Let me see if I got any other questions here, guys. How many of you guys are going to sign up today for an account so we can trade live tomorrow? I'm going to be on here tomorrow trading live, guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really fun. Let's see here. Let's go back into this for a second. So let's just go ahead and look at some trades that I'm personally looking at taking here soon. So if I had to just bounce out here to the daily on NQ, I mean, guys, we're just going straight up, okay? There is no point in me trying to short this. Like, there's just really not. If I go to a 1 hour and I throw up that pink line, personally, tomorrow, I'd love to see price come down, touch that, and then we just, catch a 10 EMA higher. That's kind of what I'm going to be looking for. If we can get this, then I'll be looking for shorts on day trades. But right now, I mean, we are just refuse. I mean, every time we come down and touch that pink line, bounce, bounce, bounce. I mean, this is the only day really. Well, back here we had a pullback. But for the most part, guys, it's just been above pink line city. How do you trade price action? Do you count legs? I don't know exactly what you mean, but yes. Oh, I think you mean like Elliott wave, right? Yeah, you can do Elliott wave for sure. I mean, some of you, let me see if I can pull that up real quick for you. Elliott wave. Like you talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. Yeah, you could do that. Right? And this was probably, I'm not really that good at this, but this is probably A, B, C, right? And this was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. I don't know, guys. I'm not really good at Elliott wave. That probably would have been more accurate. 1, 2, 3, something like that. I don't know. I'm terrible at Elliott wave. Don't ask me to count Elliott waves. Talk to Jeremy about that. He's an Elliott wave master. But like I said, if we bounce over here to NQ on the daily, guys, look at this RSI, 83. That's high. Last time we were up here, I mean, it was none of this. We touched it here. What was this? January 2018, we touched it, and what followed was a 10%, like a sharp 10% drop. If that were to happen now, I mean, this is kind of scary, guys. A 10% drop from here would put us here, which is basically the 100 SMA. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if Nvidia like dropped its pants, we could totally easily get a pullback into here, and we have support right there, right? That'd be a really good buying opportunity. I would definitely start to like load it in some calls, like some 30 to 60 day calls around that blue line. You could even like set up, if you wanted to do shares, you could probably set up like some kind of pyramid, start it like there and pyramid down to here. You know what I mean? Cause you got this really good support here plus the 200, and you got support here plus the 100. So likelihood is if price comes down into here, we are probably going to pop out at least to there. If you pyramid in correctly, that could work out pretty good. Can you swing an Apex? You cannot hold overnight, but what you can do is you can just open in the morning and close. It'll automatically close your position before the market's done. So you could just open it in the morning, close it, open it, close it, open it, close it. You know what I'm saying? So you could technically do, I mean, you're going to get kind of screwed on the gaps. So like we had a gap on NQ here. You're going to miss all this, but that's how you would swing in here. Okay, guys, any other questions? Any other questions? Let's see here. Is anyone just joining, or who's been here for a while? The count keeps climbing, guys. 59 people are watching. I may do one more hour, and I think for this next hour, I might just record it just so we have it. How does that sound? I'm going to go ahead and start recording this. Okay. So I'm going to start from the top for those of you that have just got here. And if you need to leave, you need to go, I understand. But let's just start from the top. So Apex Trader Funding is a prop firm, okay? First and foremost, what is a prop firm? A prop firm is an opportunity to trade other people's money, okay? So you're going to pay a fee. In this case, you're going to pay $167 a month. But guess what? You use our code, REAL, you're going to get like 70 to 80% off. So this is going to be like $20, okay? You're basically going to get a evaluation account, okay? A fake account that you can hook up to TradingView, and you need to grow it $1,500 without ever having more than a $1,500 drawdown from your high water mark. What do I mean by that? If you grow your account to $25,500, you cannot have a $1,500 drawdown from that point. So if you draw down to 24,000, you're going to get kicked out. So just always know what your high water mark is. Now, if you grow the account to, let's say, 30,000, that trailing threshold just locks at 25K. Okay. So you're going to sign up for this. Once you sign up, you're going to get this dashboard. Cool. It shows all your accounts over here. Okay. You can see the one I have right now active. You can track all your P&L, your trades, everything. This is how much I made per day. Okay. And then you can go connect it over here on TradingView. Okay. So I got my Tradovate hooked up right here. Okay, cool. You can see all the little orders I had, and you can just kind of go from there and start trading. Now, the goal here is to make $1,500. Once you do that, you will basically get an email saying, congratulations, you've passed the test. Now you have an option of either paying like $100 a month or $150 for lifetime to just like open up a real prop account. That's what a PA account is. So there's eval account, evaluation test, and there's prop account. PA is like, you're in it now. It's a real account. And if you make money in there, if you hit certain milestones, you can withdraw your money and get paid out. Check this out. Request payout. I can literally do this right now. Okay. I can say, I would like to request $1,500. I'm not a robot. And I'm going to request it. My first name does not match what you entered in direct deposit. Okay. Yeah. Guys, when you do your direct deposit, you want to make sure you're setting it up correctly. So I actually have my direct deposit not set up yet. So I need to set that up, but I can request this. I can get the money out. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Questions. Let's see. All right. So just going back to how this all works, right? What is a PA account? What is an eval account? What is a prop account? Once again, you're trading other people's money. Okay. You're trading Apex's money. All you're putting up is like $20 a month, and you're getting access to a $25,000 account. Now you got to follow their rules, guys. Okay. This isn't just like do whatever you want. Okay. One thing you're going to have to follow, and I actually already have it pulled up here, is their consistency rules. Okay. They don't want to see you in the evaluation. You can do whatever the hell you want, but in a PA account, they want to make sure you're not doing any of this stuff. Okay. All right. They want to make sure that they have something called the 30% rule. Let me find it. 30% rule. Here it is. So not making more than a third of all your profits in one day. Okay. So like let's say I've made $3,000 in my account. They don't want to see you making 2,900 of it in one day and like $100 in another day, right? They want to see consistency. Okay. I consistently make $1,000 every day when I'm profitable. Okay. They don't want to see a lot of flipping. You can flip, but any kind of flipping cannot make up more than 20% of a trader's trading days, right? They don't want to see you just like go long, go short, go long, go short. They don't want to see too much of that, okay? They want to see you have a defined system with set rules. So I like to use the 10 EMA, okay? 10 EMA is proven. I can show you guys how that works. For those of you that don't know what the 10 EMA strategy is, this is what it is. Now, I have this pink line. This pink line is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. And what you're looking for on a 10 EMA is you're looking for the first bear candle above or the first bull candle below. So in this case, there's the first bear candle above the 10 EMA. I'm going to get in above that. Stop goes below the low. And I'm going to target 1.2, 1.3. I personally like to target 1.3 because 3 is my favorite number. I've said that a few times on this now. But super easy. That's how you would do that. And I move my stop up every 20 minutes. So stop starts there. In 20 minutes, I'll move it up to there. Then I'll move it up to there. Then I'll move it up to there. So I move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then on the fourth 20-minute cycle, I start moving it into the green. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. That's how I do the 10 EMA. Let me see if I can find you an example where we're below that pink line. man, it is hard to find anything below the pink line with NQ. It's just crazy. Here's one. So we're below the pink line. So in this case, I would have found the first bull candle closing under the 10. So you have a few of them here. So I would have shorted below that whole like section. Stop there, target 1.2, 1.3. Okay. So there's a bear example. But if you guys are wondering what this pink line is, it's the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. Okay. So my rule is I do not take a trade that's bearish if we're above this. And I do not take a trade that's bullish if we're below this. That's just my rule. Sorry, I bumped the mic. That's just my rule, guys. That is a strategy I use. Another strategy I talked about earlier briefly is I will buy off the 50 EMA. So for example, on a day like this, right? So we come down, I don't trade the first hour. At 10:30, we come up, we make a new high, and then any pullback into the 50 EMA, I'm going to buy. So this would have been a perfect example. I would have bought right there, and stop can go, I mean, it's really up to you. I definitely would have gone below VWAP, give myself some room. On NQ, guys, 20 points minimum, I'd say is a good stop. But with this strategy in particular, what I'll do sometimes is I'll DCA. So I would have bought one right there, and then I probably would have bought one or two more off VWAP. And that would have worked out perfectly. Okay. So your average would have been somewhere in here. Like I said, stop maybe below this conglomerate of candles back here. And you're going to target 1.2 or 1.3. That would have worked there. You know, and we're always looking for new highs. So like you can see here, I made a new high relative to this high. So new high relative to this high, then I'd buy on a pullback into the 50. Didn't quite get there. If you're a little hasty, you would have bought off the 20, but that would have been another good move. That's another strategy I do. And I'll show you how it works. It works a lot. So for example, this was Fed day. So I probably would have avoided this. So this is the opposite, right? Price comes down in the morning, 10:30 rolls around. We come up, we touch that 50. That would have been my short spot. Short there, stop probably above this big red candle here, target 1.3. And like I said too, you can add one around these moving averages, and you can add one at VWAP. So this is another strategy I do. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other days. So price opens, 10:30 rolls around. Here's another one, 10:30. We're pulling down into the 50. I would buy off that 50 in VWAP, stop maybe below the low of day there, and target 1.3. I would have come up, gotten really close. It would have come down. If you moved your stop, you probably would have gotten hosed, but still, you can see we were in green for quite a while. Let's take a look here at this one. 10:30 rolls around. Look where we are, sitting on top of all of them. Would have gotten long there. Stop below low of day. Target 1.3. Easy win there. Easy win there. And look at this. This is really cool too. Look at all that consolidation right there. That would have been a good 10 EMA setup. So 10 EMA is just, in case you guys don't know, you get long above a big consolidation or above the first bear candle above the 10. So that was the first bear candle above the 10. Stop here. Target 1.2. Let's see. Back here, market opens. I wait till 10:30. Look at that coming up. I mean, guys, this works. I'm telling you. This is how I passed my first PA. Get long right there, 50 EMA. Stop above, maybe these two highs. Target 1.3. That would have worked. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Any more questions? Any more questions? I want to go back to this. So 25K accounts going to be your best bang for your buck. This is going to be like 20 or 30 bucks after you use our discount reel. You can only trade 4 big contracts, 40 micros. Okay. You can do 50K. You can do 75, but you can see that the profit targets, this is 1-to-1. This isn't quite 1-to-1. They keep getting further and further apart. So as you get up into these bigger accounts, like the 250 or the 300, there's quite a big distance. So I'd be careful with these big accounts. If you're just like, screw it, go for it. Have fun, man. Like sign up for a big account. But I like to start with 25s, then kind of move your way up. I'm trading in a 25 here. You can see I've already grown it to 26,688. So I'm eligible for a payout. I just got to set up my direct deposit and I can do that. Let's see here. This is my watch list, guys, right here. Well, let's take a look at some other tickers for fun. Who here wants to learn about my pyramid strategy? This is like super secret stuff, guys. Like I don't share this. Well, I kind of do. I show it on my my futures course, which is coming out, and I also show it a little bit on my Instagram and on our reels. But who here wants to learn about my pyramid strategy? If you do, type a 3. Type a 3. I want to see how many people are still watching this right now. Type a 3 if you want to see my pyramid strategy. This works really good on a daily chart. Really, really good. Type a 3. Number 3 if you want to see my pyramid strategy. Oh, man. Let's see. Okay, we got a couple 3s. All right. Marine Nick wants to see it. If Marine Nick wants to see it, we have to do it. We got to. Okay. Here we go. So, it's super easy, guys. It's super easy, but it requires patience. Okay? I know this isn't, we're not really talking about Apex here. We're going to deter for a second. I'm going to show you guys the strategy. So the strategy is when we pull into the 100 or the 200, we're going to draw a pyramid. Now, where's the top of the pyramid going to be? I always like to look for a neckline that's breaking. So, for example, these 2 wicks right here, to me, are a neckline. You also have support back here, right? So, to me, this is a neckline right here, okay? The top of my pyramid goes there. The break of those. So you could actually even put it below this wick. So the break of those, and then you're going to draw a pyramid. And the goal is to make the moving average in the middle of the pyramid. So I'll just draw it a little higher. So something like that. Okay. This is where you would have loaded. Now, when you load, you're going to load in a very, very specific way. The top of the pyramid. Okay, I'm gonna these are limit buys, okay? So limit by 1. And then the next one is going to be limit by 1 as well. And then you're going to add these 2 numbers together and your limit by 2. Okay? So right here you would have bought 1 Ethereum, 2 Ethereum, and now you have 4. It's always going to put your average right around here, right around like the kind of middle to bottom third of the pyramid. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. That is my bad. Let's restart here. My bad, guys. Okay, let's restart this. Okay. My bad. Okay, so let me show you this. Okay, so once again, this is a neckline right here. Okay. These 2 wicks. You also have support back here. So to me, this is the neckline. Okay. That's the neckline. You're going to draw your pyramid starting below that neckline. So in this case, I would have started it there, and you're going to make the moving average the middle of the pyramid. Okay. Now you're going to load in a very specific way. We'll make this nice and big for you guys. I'm so sorry. I was like on the camera of me. You guys were getting sick of my face, but sorry. Oh well. Limit by 1. Okay. This one's also going to be 1. And then the next one down is going to be 2. Now, why is the bottom 2? You're just simply adding the last number, the last 2 numbers to each other. So 1 plus 1 is 2. If I was going to do another leg in, let's say this pyramid was a lot bigger. Okay, this is just an example. This isn't how I would do it, but the next one would be 3 because 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, but for this example, we're just going to do like this. Okay, so this is going to put your average price probably around here. It's just below half. So this is I'm just gonna make this average price. Okay. So you're buying 1 Ethereum here, 1 Ethereum here, 2 Ethereum here. Your average price is here. And then literally, guys, all you're doing is you're just waiting for a pop. It's to pop out back into that neckline. Okay. So if you had taken this trade, your average was here. Stop is really up to you guys, okay? Stop is up to you. Your stop could totally have gone below this huge green candle, or it could have gone below the 200, but I probably would have put it below this huge green candle. And then my target is going to be up here somewhere kind of in the neckline. That's up to you as well. But 225 points, you had 4 of them, $900. Okay, that's what you would have made. Now, some of you are like, oh, like the ratio's all off, blah 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 blah. I get that, but guess what? Ethereum is a long hold for me, anyways. So even if I got trapped in this and it came down into here, I probably just would have bought more. Like, if I'm being honest, I probably would have extended my pyramid all the way down to here, and my absolute dead stop would have been down here. So I would have continued to load, probably bought 3 there, and then my last buy would be down here. You buy 5. Okay, which would have brought your average price to about here. Okay, so that's one example. Let's see another example. Apple. Okay. Let's pull up the daily moving averages. Now, this is an interesting one. We gapped up right here, and then we came back into 2 of them. So if I'm going to draw a triangle, I think my bottom of my triangle would be these 2 supports right here. Okay, you see them? And then you're just making the moving averages the middle. Okay. So something like that. You would have loaded and it would have launched out of there. Another one you could do, if I did the weekly on Apple, this one is just, this is crazy. This is such a good example. So find support or a neckline. You see support here, right? I also see a neckline up here. That's a neckline. So you could have been loading from here all the way down into here. See how it runs right through the middle? You guys see that? So in this case, let's do, I don't know, 10 shares. So I would have bought 10 shares there, 10 shares there. This would have been 20 shares. And then this down here would have been 30 shares. Now, you wouldn't have gotten filled on this whole pyramid, now would you? Right? You would have gotten 10, 10, and I don't know, depending on where you put this, you might have gotten filled there, but maybe you just got 20 shares, right? And your average is here. So this is your average. But look, it works. Pops out of there. You could have taken it off here right at that neckline, or you could have let it run. I mean, Apple is Apple, guys, right? Like, you could have let it run and taken it at the high here. I mean, there was crazy news that came out, but this strategy works. Do you want to see one that I did just recently on Amazon? Have Apex rhythmic issues gone now? You know, they have like a bunch of tickets open and they're still figuring that out, but those should be all wrapped up here soon. Here's another example. 2 examples right here. Easy. Okay. You could have drawn, let's see here. Let's see if I can find where this would have been. So this is sort of a neckline to me, right? You got all these touches here. And then you would have drawn a pyramid like that, right? Beautiful setup. Okay. Another neckline I would have probably taken. There's not really a clear neckline here that I would have gone off of, but like I said, you could always just buy off the 100. You just got to draw a pyramid with the moving average in the middle. So you could have done like something like that, right? Or even something like this, right? Where the bottom is that hammer. That would have worked. Let's look at Microsoft. I already had this one drawn the other day. It's so funny. So find support or a neckline. You have support right there. That's kind of a neckline. But that's sort of that's right where the moving average is. So if you wanted to, you could have done like a pyramid like this. That would have worked well. You got like a little baby neckline up here. You got support here. You got support here. So you just want to make sure you're drawing these triangles in good zones with the moving average running through them. Okay. Which moving average is the blue line? I know the red is. So the red is actually the 200 moving average, not EMA. And the blue is the 100 SMA. Okay. Green is my 50 SMA, but these are just the 100 and the 200, okay? Anyways, guys, that's my pyramid strategy, okay? And if you're curious, I'm actually doing one right now. I'm in a real trade right now. I did this. So there's support right here. You can see that. Or in this case, resistance. You can see a touch here, a touch here, a touch here. So I opened up a pyramid like this, running through both moving averages. So this is one I'm in right now on platinum. And I bought one right there. I would have bought another one right there and then 2 down here. Another way you can do this is you can just buy 1 here. Like if you just want to do 2 buys and then 2 down here, 2 at the bottom. That works too. That's if you just want to have 2 ads. Normally I would do 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. But if you just want to do 2 ads, it's 1, then 2. Some of these things are really expensive to buy. You know, like platinum moves $50 a point. So I can't add too many. All right, let's go back to Apex. Does the $1,500 made in the eval account roll over to the prop account? No, it does not. So once you pass the eval, it just pretty much resets when you start in the PA. Yep. They start you over again. You take the test, you get in the club, and then you got to perform in the club. Think of it that way. Let's see here. What else can we show you guys? Look at the payouts. The average monthly compensation to customers since January of 2023 is $11 million. That's crazy, guys. And if you actually come down here, this is kind of cool, and you click on payouts, you can see all the payouts that have been happening. Look at all these payouts. June 19th, June 18th. People are getting payouts, guys. I'm telling you, this could be you. I'm going to be on here soon. I'm about to request a $1,500 payout, and it's going to be on here. Look at these. Some of these people have figured it out. And you see a lot of the same names over and over. These are people that have connected accounts, right? So you can have up to 20 accounts at Apex and have them all connected through NinjaTrader. A lot of payouts, a lot of $2,000, $3,000 payouts. I mean, wouldn't this be nice, guys? To have an extra, I mean, Clinton on the 17th got 2. That's $10,000 for Clinton. I'm sorry, more. Damn, Clinton. Clinton literally has like 20 accounts linked. Look at, he got all this on that day. Wild. So yeah, that's the game people are playing here. They're opening the 25 and the 50K accounts. They're opening a bunch of them and they're connecting them on NinjaTrader so they can trade across all of them. Super cool. Super, super exciting, to be honest. I mean, I'm excited to get my payout. $1,500. That's a big little chunk off the rent. Okay. Let's go back to home. Total compensation to members since 2022. 200 mil. Yeah, it's not that much. Total compensation in the last 90 days. 71. Crazy. Crazy. With multiple accounts, do you just trade a particular asset on each one? So the way that works is you, to my knowledge, you can hook them all up with NinjaTrader. And that's how you can trade with multiple accounts. So if you come over here, you can see you get the NinjaTrader license. You get the Tradeovate license. You get the real-time data. This all comes with it. So it's really, really cool. So you don't have to pay for more data on TradingView. It's just, you get it all. 25K account. This is the one I've been trading. Oops. You can see right here, I've grown this account to 26,600. Once you get to 26,600, you can request a payout. Yeah. So if you take a trade in one account, it's going to take them across like all 10, depending on which ones you have linked. Okay. All right. What do you guys want me to go over? We got about 30 minutes left on this live. What else do you guys want me to go over on this live? I'm here for you guys. And tomorrow, like I said, we'll be back on this at noon. And we'll be going over all this again, and we're going to be trading live. Today, the markets were open, but they're closed now as a half day. So I think they closed about 30 minutes ago. We had 300 people come through. That's awesome. The market's not moving because it's closed today, guys. It's Juneteenth, which is a holiday. Holiday. Let's look at some other plays I'm looking at. AMD. This is a pyramid I'm thinking about starting here pretty soon. It's looking good. You could have totally done the pyramid back here too. That would have worked. You would have gotten filled on a little bit of it. But this is a pyramid I'm thinking about doing right here. Break of the neckline, add. I might do like 60-day calls on this. Which type of accounts do you recommend? Honestly, guys, I recommend the Tradeovate account. Why? I just like Tradeovate. I think it's a better platform than Rithmic. There's less issues. Rithmic has been kind of overloaded this also allows you to connect to TradingView. So you can see you can connect down here. Yes, this is recorded. This second hour has been being recorded. The first hour is not. Any difference in commissions and fees? I don't think so. I don't think that's something you really have to worry about. You would have to get into the nitty gritty, but I don't think there's really a difference, to be honest. Because the Rithmic plan is the same thing, 1,500, yeah. It all looks the same. It's just one allows you to connect to TradingView, which is super cool. Can you use a copier trader and link the accounts? Yep, you can. To my knowledge, through NinjaTrader is how you do that. So if you set them all up through NinjaTrader, you can do it that way. You can do copying, trader copying. How about that NVIDIA, huh? Guys, I have a theory on NVIDIA. You're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm not, because if you calculate from this low to this high, I'm sorry, not even that low. We need to go back further. This low, right? The low of the bear market, we're up 1,000%. You know what this reminds me a lot of? Remember when Tesla went on this run? So this is the COVID low, and it ran also about 1,100%. And then we had this sharp pullback. Zoom, 40% pullback. And then it ran again. And then another sharp pullback. I think we're going to see something like that on NVIDIA at some point. I think people are going to realize that it's actually not valued at whatever $3, $4, $5 trillion, and we're going to see a crazy pullback. I'm not saying short it. I'm just saying like wait, and we're going to have a pretty good dip buying opportunity. Like on NVIDIA, things just can't go up forever, guys. You know what I mean? Like eventually it's going to rain. 40% pullback would be there on NVIDIA. So right back into the moving averages, which guess what I'll do? Support right there. Pyramid starts there. I would either do a pyramid there, or if I want to do a bigger pyramid, it'd be something like that. Oof, that'll be juicy. Whoop. You guys know. You guys can see it. Just have that cash ready, guys. Have that cash ready. And when it happens, execute. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Oh, man. I think Bitcoin could totally do that. I think we could take a trip back down into the 50s again. How many of you guys use AVWAP? Anybody here use AVWAP? Pretty powerful tool. I encourage you guys to check it out. There's a really good book on it. It's right here. Let me just switch cameras here. This book, Anchored VWAP. You don't have to read the whole thing. You can pretty much just read half of it and know what you're doing. But Anchored VWAP, great book. Recommend it. Just a really good way to know what's going on. Like, I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about Anchored VWAP, but basically VWAP starts at the beginning of the day every day. This is like, you can draw it from wherever. So for example, if I drew an AVWAP from, it's right here, by the way, Anchored VWAP, from this low, I mean, this is the low of the bear market. Bounce, 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 bounce. Kind of hard to argue with. Let's draw it from the COVID low and see what happened. I mean, you know, I know it's not exact, but this is pretty much the level that held, guys, right there. Let's try drawing it from the high before the bear market. I mean, guys, look at that. Rejection, 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 rejection. We finally got over it. Bounce. It's a good tool. No screen. I keep doing that. All right. Let me show you this again. My bad. Keep forgetting to switch back. So you just want to draw a VWAP from the lows. So you draw a VWAP from here. a VWAP. So like regular VWAP is always from the start of the day. Anchored VWAP you can draw from anywhere. So you can see that we had a bounce here, 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 here. Pretty cool. If I draw it from the COVID low, you can see this was pretty much the zone that held. It's not exact, but it's a really good tool. If I draw it from the high right here, rejection, 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 rejection. Then we got over it here, finally. Like a clear getting over it, right? I know we got over it here and here, but like a clear getting over it. And then that was the bounce spot. So if we're looking at like now, right? I would draw it from like here. And I was also draw it from this low. So these are like two really good bouncing spots. And then when you throw on like the moving averages, right? So like this is like a really good confluence in my opinion. Like this would be an amazing spot to do in a pyramid. I'm not saying we'll get down here, but this would be another amazing spot. Okay. Let me see if I can find other examples for you. Let's draw it from the COVID high. So you can see once we got rejected on it here, and then once we got above it, we just stayed above it. Let's check out this 2018 low. Bounce. Got in that range. It's a really powerful tool, guys. I suggest it. Check out from this low. Doesn't work all the time, but hold on. Let's go way back. Let's see the 2018 or 2008 crash. So yeah, you can see how it rejected there. Let's go back to the 2000 crash. It's interesting, right? So it kind of acts like a moving average, but it's not. It's volume weighted average. So it's all based off volume. But I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to see that we are way overbought on the Qs. 81 on the Qs right now. Guys, this does not happen very often. Show me the last time it did. It got this high. Back here. Look at. I actually have this already drawn up for you guys. And what followed? A sharp 15% pullback. Guys, if we had a 15% pullback right now, do you know how deep we would go? We would come all the way back to the support right here. That's crazy. This would be like pandemonium. People would be freaking out if we had this kind of pullback right now. That's into the 200-day. What a buying opportunity, though. No, a VWAP is not a freaking paid indicator. Okay. Let's see here. Do you make your trades on TradingView or Tradeovate? I make them on TradingView. I connect to TradingView and do it. What do you guys think? You think we're going to get a sharp pullback? I mean, I think no matter what, that right there is going to get filled. Like that almost has to get filled. Here's what's scary though. We got another one back here. So this is totally possible. I mean, seriously it is. Let's see if we have any gaps on the weekly. I don't see any on the weekly that need to get filled, so that's good. What do you guys think? Do you think that we're going to get a massive pullback in the next month or two? And if you think it's a lot, type what percentage? 5%, 10%, 15%? How big of a pullback do you think? Sure, we can look at Litecoin. Not really much to look at. I mean, just a lot of chop to me. I mean, if I was gonna trade Litecoin, I definitely would draw that trend line. I'd be looking at something like that. But what I don't like is there's really no high probability trade here. Like, it's just running through the move. It doesn't respect the moving averages at all. If I wanted to get long, I would try to take it up to there. That's probably what I would do. Like, you could set up like a 1-to-1 trade, stop below the low, target top of that pennant. That's the trade I would take on Litecoin. That's about all you got. I think there's a major pullback coming. Once they realize the Fed is not going to lower the rates, the bottom will drop. Yeah, I mean, if the Fed's just like, nah, we're cool with like interest rates right here for a long time, I think we'd see a big drop. 15 to 20%, you think? 20% would be wild. I think 15. I don't think we get below this 200 day. This pullback right here was 11. That would be 15. That was a baby one. That was 5. That was 7. I'm just going based on ones I've seen in an uptrend. That was 8. 10. The last big one was right here. That was 15. And then, of course, you have the crazy 30% drop on COVID. But we haven't had a 15 in a while. Most of them are in that 5 to 10 range. 10, 5, almost 8. So if let's just say we get another 10, that would be there, the 100-day. All right, guys, back to Apex for a second. So do you guys want to see me practice some day trading for the next 15 minutes? Just showing you some of the day trades I would have taken. If you want to see that, type a 3. Who wants to see me practice some back trading? And then tomorrow, I promise we are going to do live trading. I'm going to get on here around same time, 12 Eastern, 11 Central, 9 Pacific, and we're going to do some live trading. How do you know if a chart is respecting the moving averages? Well, I mean, you just got to kind of look, right? Like, so on a higher time frame here, if I throw up the 50, the 100, and the 200, that's too many lines. I'm just going to do this. You know, I can see that this 100 was not respected here. The 200 was. This time the 100 was. The bigger the bigger the moving average, the more it's going to be respected typically, right? But if I take these off and just do the 50, you can see it's been respected a lot. Anytime I get near it, it's been bouncing like crazy. This time it melted through it. This time it respected it. So just something to keep in mind. You just have to see if it's being respected or not. Like if you look at like going back to LTC, not respecting it. It's just ripping through these constantly, right? Okay. So I'm going to show you guys some day trading methods, okay? First one is the 10 EMA. This is like the homegrown RLT strategy. So you're going to throw on the 10 EMA, which is this blue line, okay? It's right here. You can toggle it on and off. And what I like to do is I like to throw on this as well. So this pink line is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. I do not trade the first hour. So market opens, I don't trade till 10:30. Then I'm looking for the first, since we're above the pink line, I'm looking for longs only. I'm looking for the first bear candle to close above the green line. So it's 10:30. We have a bear closing here, here. We have another bear closing here. So I would have gotten in long above that. Stop can either go below the low or here. That's a really big stop, 80 points. This is more like it, 50 points. I recommend at least a 20-point stop on NQ, by the way. 20 to 50-ish. And then I usually target 1.3. So came up, broke out, boom, hit target. Let's come back to the previous day. Market opens. I don't trade till 10:30. We're above the pink line, so I'm not going to short anything. We have a 10 EMA set up there. You would have gotten triggered in there. Stop below here. This would have resulted in a loss. Okay. But I will always try a second time. If I lose, I'll try again. So another 10 EMA set up there. Stop below the low. And this one, you would have been in it like all day. You probably would have gotten trailed out for a small win. Right here, market opens, 10:30. I'm only looking for a long. No triggering, no triggering. There's a 10 EMA right there. This would have been a loss, unfortunately. But then we come down, and your second try would have been here, and this would have been a win. Stop below a strong bull candle. That would have been a win. Let's take a look here. Gap up in the morning. 10:30 rolls around. And this is not the first bear candle above the 10, so you can't take that. Oh, this was Fed day. I don't trade Fed day. Do not trade Fed day. So here, boom, 10:30 rolls around. So I would have set up something like that. Stop below there. Target. Didn't quite reach 1.3, so you probably would have gotten trailed out over here somewhere. If you wanted to try again later in the day, your next setup's down here. Bear candle closing above the 10. Stop below the pink line. That would have been a winner. Right here, 10:30 rolls around. You've got some, your first bear was up above right there, but we're below the pink line. So I would have set it up there. That would have been a winner. Yes, you can totally do a trailing stop in the evaluation. You just got to move it up manually. 10:30, right around here. Beautiful one right there. Bear candles above the 10. Stop here. Target. Ooh, didn't quite hit 1.3. But, you know, your stop could have been tighter. I mean, you could have just gone below the pink line. If you did get stopped out here, you just would have tried again here. That would have been a winner. Market open. Wait till 10:30. 10:30 rolls around. That would have been a loss. Right? Because your stop would have been there. It would have come up, faked you out, come down, stopped you out. It's going to happen sometimes, guys. This would have been like a day where like you just would have lost. It's okay though. You're going to have losing days. Gorgeous. Breakout, flag, bink, bink, flag. 10 EMA setup. Just throw it below some of these bull candles, and it just ran all day. That would have been a win. Interesting day. 10:30 rolls around. We're in chop. If you had taken this, I don't know if you would have lost. Hold on. 10 EMA setup right there. Stop below the low. Chop, chop, chop. You probably wouldn't have been able to move your stop up. Your first stop move would have been like here. It would have been here, then here. That would have worked. On this day, 10:30 rolls around. We're above the pink line. We can't take it. Then we come up and retest. Boom. 10 EMA setup right there. Easy win. So this wins a lot. It wins at least half the time. And if you're moving your stops up, you'll be set. Easy trade. 10:30 rolls around. I mean, actually, you probably wouldn't have gotten in this because all the action happened in the morning. This day, below the pink line, 10:30 rolls around. Yep. You'd short underneath this neckline here. Something like that. Stop above the pink line. You would have come down. Probably gotten trailed. Well, actually, I don't know. If you would have held strong, it eventually does hit your target. Because your stop would have moved here, then here. You might have gotten trailed out. But if you held, it would have hit target. $10.30 rolls around right here. You get triggered in. Right around there. Tough one. Probably would have gotten stopped out. If you tried again over here, though, that would have been a win. I always try twice. Okay. If I lose on the first one, I'll try again. You know what I mean? But this is my other strategy. And I talked about this earlier in the live. This is like, I guess I would call it the 50 EMA strategy. Okay. So pick a random day. And what I'm looking for is market opens at 10:30. I'm looking for a pullback. So I'll still throw up that, let me do this real quick. Let me take my pink line and I'll move it over to, I'll get rid of the 20. We don't really need the 20. Actually, we don't even need this one. We don't need any of these, actually. I just need the 50. And I need my pink line. Okay. So right here, you see we come down, then 10:30 rolls around. That I would have bought right there. We're above the pink line. We're pulling back into the 50. I get long right there. Stop below the last lower high. Target 1.3. That would have been good. This day, we're below the pink line. So we're not going to get long. This just kind of chopped all day. Here's a really good example. So we come down in the morning, wait till 10:30. We come down, we tap this. So I would have gotten short right here. Stop probably would have been above these red candles back here. And on this strategy, guys, I don't really trail my stop down. I just hold it. And like I mentioned earlier too, I will add at the 50 and I'll also add again at VWAP. You would have gotten smoked this day. This was a crazy V day. Here's a good example. 10:30 rolls around. We're below the pink line. We come back up. We hit the pink line and we get near this. So I probably would have started shorting. I would have shorted all in this zone. So I would have like shorted one contract there and then two more up there. That would have been a nice win. This day, 10:30, we pull back into the 50, stop below the low. Like I said, I don't really move my stop with this strategy. And eventually that would have paid. You would have held it. Would have had to have held it most of the day. Yeah, AVWAP is right here. Okay. And there's really no point. I mean, you could do it intraday, but I like to do it on higher time frames. So like, I'll click AVWAP. Put it right there. See that? Just really good zones to buy. Anything else you guys want to look at for the last 5 minutes? Call it out. Okay, I promise I'll switch back to the to the chart here in a second, but go ahead and type in some of your guys' rules. I want to know what some of your rules are. What are some of your like strict rules in trading that you follow? And I want to know, how often do you guys break them? Do you break them half the time, 3/4 of the time? How often are you guys breaking your rules? What's a rule like you're always breaking? You're like, oh, can never follow this dang rule. I can't wait to read some of these. What's a rule that you consistently break that you need to work on? I'll tell you a rule that I was always breaking all the time. My drinking rule. I have a rule that says if I drink, I can't trade for 48 hours after I have a drink. That would always give me problems. Just cloudiness, haziness. Because of that, I took the whole year off drinking, actually. I just want to trade 2 times and walk away. That is huge. Yeah. Take 2 trades. That's it. No DCA. I've blown so many accounts holding to losing trades. Yep. If you're going to DCA, guys, only average down once. By the way, that's a rule at Apex. If you average down more than once, they won't even approve your payout. Any other rules that get broken a lot? That 2 trade one is huge. I'm serious. You guys need to follow that. If you take a loss, you're allowed to take 1 more loss and then you're done. If your first trade's a winner, just walk. Why are you getting greedy? Nothing's worse than winning on a first trade and then you take a second trade and you're in the red for the day, or like you didn't make as much. It's such it messes with your head. Don't trade before 9:30 Central. Hey, you're speaking my language. That's what I'm saying. Don't trade the first hour. You can if you want. I never do well in the first hour. And what sucks is like 2 of the days out of the week I will, and then I'm like convinced, like, oh, like I can trade in the first hour. No, it never works out for me. Any other rules that you guys have a hard time following, but you know you should? Let me know. How many people are going to sign up for an Apex account today and trade live with me tomorrow? I think you guys all should. It's going to be super fun. Just sign up for the 25K account. It's $20. I'll be in here tomorrow. We'll tear it up. I'm going to sign up for another one right now. We'll be ready to rock tomorrow. Ready to rock. All right, guys. I think that's it for all the questions. No one else is really chiming in. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe to our page, Real Life Trading. Also, check out our website. We've got tons of mentorship groups. We've got so many free classes you guys can take. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is right there, at Calvi. The discount is good forever. You can always use our discount. Our discount will get you whatever the best promo is running at the moment. So it's always the best. Just use code REAL all the time. That way you don't have to like look around for like, oh, this code, that code. Like ours will always get you the best discount that's available. Code REAL, ATF.com. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, I'm going to close this out here with a little music. Here we go. All right, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.